BJP represented by Siddharth Singh, Congress by Sanjay Jha, TSR Subramaniam, former cabinet secretary, Shazia Almi of the Aam Aadmi Party. My first question to Manoj Jha of the RJD, that's Lalu Prasad's party. Manoj Jha, how does it feel tonight to have the dubious distinction of representing the party allow me to complete, yes, of representing the party whose leader facing possible conviction, is determined to use his clout to push through an ordinance to save his skin? And I'm talking about Lalu Prasad, because everyone's saying, and to all the viewers, they say Lalu Prasad is so scared that he will be sentenced in the fodder scam on September 30th that he's used his clout with Sonia Gandhi to push this ordinance through. Manoj Jha, how ethical is that?
Yeah. First of all, before you raise the ethical issue about it, let me, it is not a dubious distinction, because if I represent RJD today with a full conviction in the fact that we have a checkered history, even if you may not like it, but we have come through a churning in politics in the late 1990s. That is number one.
Now, am I asking you for your party's political history?
No, you said dubious. Let me, you have asked a question, let me respond. Second, don't make this debate on this ordinance person-centric.
Why?
We are a small party.
Why? You feel uncomfortable about it?
Only 4 members.
You feel uncomfortable about it?
Only 4 members. Arnab, let me finish.
Is it true or not? Is it true or not? One second.
No,
I won't let you finish. Is it true or not? Is it true or not that Lalu Prasad faces the prospect of losing his Lok Sabha seat if found guilty, and if he's sentenced in the fodder scam case?
Do you know the minds of the judges?
Pardon me?
Do you know the minds of the judges?
I don't. But do you know that they will not sentence him? I throw that back at you.
What is the fact? I mean, you are talking about ordinance, and 4 members of RJD.
Lalu Prasad is the next politician. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Siddharth Singh. Is this linked? Is this been brought in to save Lalu?
Yeah. Well, it's evidently clear that it has been done because there was no rush to bring an ordinance, and it has been done to save their alliance partner, which is RJD and Lalu Prasad Yadav, and also the Congress leader from Rajya Sabha, Rashid Masood. So therefore, we question the timing and the intent of the ordinance, and therefore, and that is what we have been raising.
Yeah. So Sanjay Jha, why are you so desperate to save Lalu Prasad Yadav that you forget all the promises you made, Rahul Gandhi made, Sonia Gandhi made about fighting, criminals in politics? Now you seem to be welcoming criminals in politics. Why?
Arnab, let me tell you something. I think that's a fairly wild and a very absurd allegation, because I will back Manoj on that one. I'm not a Nostradamus. I don't think anybody on the panel is to predict what the verdict will be on the fodder case. So I really can't comment on that. But very quickly, to respond to your question, why are we forgetting that we as a party were the ones who introduced the perhaps the biggest game changer act in India in terms of transparency and accountability in the RTI Act?
Please,
and the second
am
point,
I talking about the RTI here?
Before Mr. Siddharth Nath Singh makes a comment, the BJP is running with the hare and hunting with the hounds. Is so absolutely clear. When the verdict came out, and I have all the paper clippings in front of me on July 10th, all political parties, and perhaps with the exception of a party that has not yet fought the elections in the AAP party, felt very concerned about the Supreme Court verdict, about how it might impact some politicians who may be unfairly convicted on account of some degree of harassment. But that is a reality that we cannot
No. So what?
And number two,
what you're saying is I translate that into simple English. What Sanjay Jha is saying right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that all of us were very scared that many of us, if we are convicted, will not be allowed to fight elections. I take a straw poll among the people. I opened up the phone lines tonight. I will open up the phone lines tonight, and I will put that question to the people tonight. Even if all the political parties of India gang up and they say, no, we want criminals in politics, do you agree with that?
Because of some politicians.
Well, no. What you are doing is
unfairly through some degree of harassment.
Well, if you say I'm being unfair to all politicians, then Sanjay Jha, I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. Let's go to Shazia Almi. TSR Subramaniam, I'm coming to you. 1 minute.
1% of 31% of legislators belong to the BJP who have seriously got serious criminal
now this
charges.
passing the buck will
begin.
begin.
The double standards of the BJP.
Now you'll pass the buck.
No, it's the truth.
Now you'll start the standard passing the buck.
Sushma Swaraj's
Sanjay,
highly
rather than
sanctimonious
looking inside, you're
There you
always
are.
nothing but a
looking at BJP.
performance.
There you are.
It is nothing but a charade.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is nothing but a charade
Sanjay.
to score cheap political brownie points.
Shazia
Like the
Ilmi.
threatening of tonsuring her
Sanjay
head.
Jha.
I don't think anybody should take
Please
that seriously.
explain to us what is the hurry to bring an
One-third
ordinance.
of Indian
That's all we are asking.
parliamentarians.
Shazia Ilmi of the Aam Aadmi Party next. This is a fixed match, Shazia. What do you think? Is this a fixed match?
Well, absolutely. BJP has a problem with the ordinance because they feel the executive is taking charge. But the fact of the matter is that the entire political class is completely united on the Supreme Court verdict order, which says that criminals should not be allowed and we should be debarred from contesting. So the problem is not about the ordinance. The problem is about the intention. 30% of Indian parliamentarians face criminal charges. The fact of the matter is, if the ordinary person, when they go through the criminal justice system the way it is, with so many under trials languishing away, why are convicted MPs, a escape route is being found for them, a back route entry, escape route is being found for them to allow for them to stay in Parliament. This is a complete travesty of the Supreme Court order.
Absolutely.
People want to see convicted MPs to go. Yeah, people want to see that. As it is, a conviction takes 15 to 20 years. And after that, you want to allow them to sit in the parliament to make laws and say, no, they will not draw salaries.
Absolutely. That's what the politicians want.
I think this is...
That's what the politicians want, Shazia. That's what they want. Go to TSRs. No, 1 second. Manoj Jha, before you speak, I want to give you an award. And the award to the RJD on the Newshour tonight is for having a second dubious distinction. The second dubious distinction that you have, Manoj Jha.
You are being unfair to the politics of subalternity. You are being unfair to progressive politics.
Really?
You don't know about people fighting in Niyamgiri.
Really?
You don't know about people fighting in Chhattisgarh.
Really?
Because this observation of 10th
you know
of July
everything.
would have shattered their dreams.
And you know everything.
And you chose not to. And you chose not to mention Mr. L.K. Advani, Mr. Amit Shah, Mr. Yedurappa. The convictions are likely to come to them also.
Really? You want to teach me progressive politics? You want to teach me progressive politics?
There cannot be greater.
You want to give me a lecture? You want to give me a lecture, Manoj Jha, on what is right and what is wrong? Then I'll ask you, Manoj Jha, as per my statistics, is it true or not that 75% of your MPs, 75% of your MPs have pending criminal cases? What moral right do you have to tell me about progressive politics, Manoj Jha? That's your insecurity tonight which is speaking.
Let me respond to you. The lower the statistics value in the base, the higher is the value in the
Oh, please, come on. Please don't give me that language. I put the question now to TSR Subramaniam. TSR Subramaniam, is this a fixed match between the Congress and the BJP?
Of course, yes, Arnab. Of course, yes. This is the fourth or fifth or sixth fixed match we are seeing this year alone. Their interests are common. But let me start with a slightly different angle. Number one, that this is a low point in our history. The country is beset with problems. We have got hunger, malnutrition, border problem, the Naxalism, and the parliament and the ordinance route is used to save 5 or 10 MPs. How much atrocious, even in dictatorships, this kind of a thing will not happen, number one. Number two, the interest of 1,000 legislators is more important than rule of law and the interest of 120 crore citizens. Number two, it is atrocious that the whole system is responding only to the interest of these. What does it matter? How is unreasonable? We are not talking of the FIR stage.
Yeah.
We are not talking of the framing of charges stage. We are talking about conviction. What kind of a respect do we have for our... I know mistakes are made by everybody, mistakes can be made, but it is not only for MPs. Mistakes can be made for everybody. But there has to be a stage. The stage of conviction for 2 years is not done casually by any court.
So
after looking at all evidence, after a tremendous amount of inquiry, And to say that it has no value at all.
I say
And
tonight.
lastly, this is supposed to be a
I
complete
say
rule of
tonight,
law.
Mr.
What kind of a respect
No, no.
to
You see.
Supreme Court? What they say is,
No.
to my mind, if it goes again, Article 101, 102, along with Article 14, in all probability, this will fail. Which is the
well,
main
you
thing.
know.
But what is the respect we are showing now?
Well, it is.
We are not showing respect to the citizen. We are not giving him food. We are not giving him shelter. We are not giving the basic things. And then we are now telling him that there is no rule of law.
What is happening today? What is happening today?
Lastly, Arna, please, one more thing.
Okay,
I'm
please
very worried,
do
man,
complete.
today.
Yes.
I think the first shot has been fired to silence the judiciary today. The first shot has been fired.
What do you mean?
To silence the judiciary today. I'm very worried about what's going to happen in the next 6 months.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, the shot has also been equally fired at the people of India. And because, you know, this is to a great extent an insult to the intelligence of the people of India.
Exactly.
The people of India will also ask the questions. And I asked this question today to Sanjay Jha and Manoj Jha, who are both you know, defending this move. And I asked this question to both of you gentlemen. Actually, Sanjay Jha, you take that question. You say, when I ask you the questions, you say these, you know, you always begin with adjectives saying these are completely ridiculous charges, etc., etc. Now, I am asking you, the Supreme Court observations in the DC Wadhwa versus State of Bihar case 1987, which I'm sure you're aware of, the court said, and I quote, the power to promulgate an ordinance. The power to promulgate an ordinance is essentially a power to be used to meet an extraordinary situation, and it cannot be allowed to be perverted to serve political ends. Right? Now I ask you, Sanjay Jha, tell me the extraordinary emergency that we are now in. Why me? Tell all the viewers of Newshour tonight that you see we are in this national emergency. We can't wait. Or Lalu Yasav's possible conviction is a national emergency for the Congress party. What is the national emergency? Please tell me.
Okay, Arnab. Okay, let me answer you. On July 10th, you had a Supreme Court verdict. All political parties responded saying they were concerned, they had apprehensions about the fact that the verdict would in a great number of ways be unfair.
Now, I'm asking you about the ordinance. Ordinance route.
Because there were
I'm asking you about an ordinance, applicability of an ordinance.
You have one
ordinance.
I'm just coming to that. By the way, let me tell you the fact of life. By the way, the bill was actually introduced in the Rajya Sabha.
No, I am asking you about the ordinance. You are not answering about the ordinance.
1 minute. I'm just trying to answer you. I'm just about to answer you. You have got general elections announced for April.
Oh.
Now, any decision that we take
there
today,
you are admitting it.
By the way, even when the Parliament convenes, even when Parliament convenes in November, it has to be passed in Parliament within 6 weeks. So let me tell you, this is at the moment an ordinance is not an act of Parliament. At the moment, if we are hearing voices
why
from
the
some
ordinance?
political parties who are, if you notice,
why
if you
the
hear
ordinance?
all of them. 1 minute, please let me answer.
What is the hurry?
Arnab, let me answer.
Sanjay.
It is. You asked me the same question on the food security bill.
No,
let me ask you that.
No, because
you asked me the same question on the food security
because
bill.
you are. I
Why
asked
the
you a
hurry?
question. You are not
End
answering.
Of day, when it
I am
came
telling
into,
you.
When it came
Besides Lalu Prasad, what is the national emergency, which is why you need to go through the ordinance route? Please tell me. I know you introduced it on August 30th.
It's got nothing to do with Lalu Prasad at all.
Oh, so then tell me because as per the Constitution of India, as per the Constitution of India, you have to have an extraordinary situation necessitating an ordinance. I want to know. I have a right to know. My law allows me a right to know and ask you, what is the extraordinary situation? What is it? Tell me.
Well, I just answered you. What
is the extraordinary
situation?
Listen,
there has already been an attempt to get this into Parliament in the form of a bill. It was already introduced in the
wait till the next session of Parliament.
Let's look at the intent. Number one. I'm coming to point number 2. You have another session of Parliament coming up in November.
Why don't you wait till November?
So the point is...
Why don't you wait till November?
Well, let me answer. There is a need for this to go through a rigorous discussion in the standing committee where all political parties will have
exactly. So why do you want it? So you are proving yourself wrong repeatedly again and again, Sanjay Jha.
So we
you are proving yourself wrong. I'm asking you again. What is the
history?
No, you have
given the history of the
Shazia is responding.
Obstruction.
Shazia, are you convinced?
Why aren't you listening?
Given
the history of obstruction in Parliament, where Parliament has hardly worked. Parliament has actually worked for only 60% of its time. You need to make sure
Shazia, are you convinced?
that you expedite the process to the extent possible. That's
Shazia.
And to the extent that we know, all political parties are in
Not convincing, Shazia.
Well, let me tell you, those are facts
For
on the
life
table.
of
You can
me,
look
I
at all the
cannot
newspaper
comprehend.
clippings.
I
The
cannot
Bharatiya Janata
comprehend,
Party has
Mr. Jha.
supported the entire.
Shazia, go on.
Are you rambling?
Yeah, you can go ahead. No, I'm not rambling,
I
but you
cannot
can go ahead.
comprehend for the life of me the desperate hurry and the complete desperation to save the convicted MPs and to ensure that they continue in the parliament. Aren't they more pressing matters? Does the executive and cabinet have nothing better to do? Two, shouldn't they, if the claim is that the criminal justice system smacks of vendetta when it comes to electoral politics, should they try to fix that instead of giving greater immunity to the MPs who are convicted? Shouldn't all the MPs are the same, have enjoyed the
Shazia,
same
judicial
immunity
reforms
as any
cannot
other
happen
citizen in the
overnight.
eyes
They
of
take
law?
time.
Yeah, but this is happening overnight. Exactly my point. Why is this happening overnight?
Why is it happening overnight?
Why
Please
is it
tell me,
happening
you had an
overnight?
all-party meeting. You had an all-party
Exactly.
meeting in this matter in August. The BJP had asked them to
That's
refer
the
the
question.
proposed amendments to a standing committee. However, instead of trying to build a consensus on the matter, suddenly you become all nervous and you want to push through the ordinance. Now, you know the law and its application is not a handmaiden in the hand of political parties. There has to be some answerability. In fact, I remember after the parliament session, the BJP even demanded that this bill be referred to the standing committee.